Hi, I'm Mark and I'm passionate about English. And I guess you've never had an English lesson like this before. I bought this mask in Japan a long time ago and it's kind of freaky, but let's hope it makes the lesson a little bit more interesting for you today. And I think in yesterday's lesson I was talking about Barcelona and I found a Barcelona t-shirt. I went there some years ago. It's a fascinating city. Fascinating city is a collocation. We often put those two words together. Okay, let's go for it. Let's find an idiom for today. And here we go. Okay. All right. So the idiom today is okay. I'll show you it. I think the camera doesn't really focus on the paper so well, but anyway. Okay. So the idiom is "it made my day." It made my day. As an example, let's say I receive an email from you and it says, "Mark, I really love your mini lessons. Please continue. I learned so much English from them." And it makes me feel really happy and pleased. So I could reply to you, "Thank you very much for your email. I was deeply touched. It made my day. It made my day, it made me very happy." Or it could be maybe I receive a present from somebody, or somebody says something very nice to me, and it makes me happy, it makes me feel good, so it made my day. And I'm just thinking about a song by an artist I like very much. Unfortunately, he died a few years ago, Robert Palmer. He had a song called "She Makes My Day." I'll put this up on Facebook for you. So, "she makes my day" means she makes every day happy. I'm in love with her and I feel good, and she makes my day, she makes me feel so good. Okay, again, please check it out in a dictionary or the internet just to be really sure if you need to. Phrasal verb. I'm getting really hot under this mask. I really hope you can hear me clearly. If not, it will be good listening practice for you. You'll have to listen more carefully. Okay, the phrasal verb is ask out for a date, or ask for a date. So, if there is some girl I really like, and I say, "Would you like to go out for dinner? Would you like to go to the movies with me? Do you fancy going for a walk? Do you fancy going for a coffee?" These examples are asking her out for a date. A date is going somewhere together. It reminds me of a situation I had. I used to live in a much bigger house, and my wife, who's now my ex-wife, we used to have foreign students staying with us, and we used to cook them dinner, give them breakfast, and they used to study at a language school in Bournemouth. But sometimes, just for a joke, at the end of dinner, maybe some nice girl had only stayed with us a few nights. I would say to her at the end of dinner, "Would you like a date?" And she would get very embarrassed, and then I would reach behind me and show her a bag of dates. Dates, of course, is a kind of dried fruit, and then usually they would laugh. Okay, that's me trying to be funny. All right. Collocation. You could also say with a date, I'd love to have a date with him. I'd love to have a date with her. It means I'd like to do something special or go out with that person. Maybe that's confusing. Go out with can, as I told you in another mini lesson, just be once. But it can also mean go out with, have a relationship with that person. Okay, The collocation for today is to create a bad impression. Okay, so the first thing that springs to mind is maybe I'm creating a bad impression. Okay, some of you will be quite serious about learning English and seeing me with a mask and with a hat on, or with Biscotto, my hamster, in another lesson, or just doing silly things. For you, it might create a bad impression. So it doesn't look good to you. You think, how can he be a good English teacher if he's wearing a mask, if he's got a wig on, and so on. So let's give you another example. Let's say I arrive for the first day of a job, and as I come in I fall over and I make some mistakes with the work, and I spill my coffee in the coffee break. I drop some of my lunch on the floor, and I just do a lot of silly things, things which are not impressive. So the people in the office could say, oh, he didn't create a good impression, or he created a bad impression. It's just your first initial feelings about somebody. All right, and this is going to be more difficult having a look at the jokes today. Let's just rustle through a few pages. Okay. Okay. All right. These are puns. P-U-N-S. And these are again a kind of playing with words. Okay, these are quite clever. I don't know if I can. I'm going to take my. I'm going to take this off. I'm getting so hot under here. Now, if actually you say I'm really hot, it also has another meaning. It means the temperature, but can also mean you're feeling very sexy. Okay, so the first pun is a Viking called Leif comes home after a long voyage to find that his name has been removed from the town register. He complains to the council. "I'm sorry," says the official. "I must have taken leaf of my senses." Okay, so a Viking, V-I-K-I-N-G, you'll see at the bottom of the screen. A long time ago, Vikings came from Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and they came in boats to attack Britain or other countries. And they were pretty serious. They were very good fighters, and they had good weapons and so on. Leif, L-E-I-F, sounds like a Scandinavian name. The town register is where all the names of the people living in the town are recorded. And he complains to the council. He complains to the town council. The town council are the people who look after running the town or organising the town. And the official, the person who works for the town council, says, "I'm sorry, I must have taken leave of my senses." Okay, so There's an expression in English, I must have taken leave of my senses. So that means I must have been really stupid when I did that, or I couldn't have been thinking. But because leaf and leave and census and senses sound so similar, it's, well, for a British person, this is actually very clever. I like it. Okay, one more today. Did you hear about the Buddhist who refused Novocaine during the root canal treatment? He wanted to transcend dental medication. Okay, so a Buddhist is, of course, someone who follows the teachings of the Buddha. Novocaine is a kind of anesthetic, so that when a dentist works on your teeth, you don't feel the pain. Root canal treatment, well, this is not so important to learn or remember. It's just a certain kind of operation on your teeth. But the joke is, some people, including Buddhists, do transcendental meditation, a form of meditation. So again, transcendental meditation sounds like transcendental medication. So it's a little bit different, but when you say it more quickly, it becomes quite funny. All right, so that's two kind of jokes for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson, and bass riff coming up for you. And don't forget, you can win my first 3-month course starting in September. Well, it's only £25 anyway, but I hope it gives you a little bit of fun, or some of you who like music can try and work out which songs or which bass riffs I'm playing. Okay, thanks for watching today's lesson. Bye for now. Okay, this is the bass riff for today, and maybe it'll be a little bit trickier for me, more tricky, because I can't really see what I'm doing. Tricky just means difficult. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's your bass riff for today. It was originally by somebody I've already played a bass riff from, but it was also covered by an American quite heavy band. Okay, so you can name the song and whichever artist you like that did the song. Okay, thanks very much indeed, and see you in the next lesson. Sayonara.